Ladies and gentlemen, this is another recording at 1080p because of the game's high refresh rate. Sorry about that, but that's just the way it is. If I wanted to record Gran Turismo 7 at 4K, I would have to drop the variable resolution down. But unfortunately, that cannot happen. So, in the previous video, I drove a summer bus around the Nürburgring. And I hit an amazing 80 miles an hour going down the foxhole. In this video, we're going to drive the Fiat 500F of 1968 down the Nürburgring for 2 laps. Right? And we're just going to have a leisurely drive. Let's go. Those guys have a top speed of about 65 miles an hour. While I'm on CS is doing way quicker than that. Plus, I've also got softer tires, which makes my racing experience a little bit better. See, those guys are maxing out right now. They're starting to slow because of their transmissions. I've got a fully custom transmission, as you can hear, ladies and gentlemen, in this thing. Sorry. This is going to be one hell of a long video, ladies and gentlemen, because I'm doing 2 laps of this shit. And this is one hell of a way to get your mileage up. Doing 100 kph. 100 kph. Don't drive too quickly, ladies and gents. I've got softer tires, which means I can take these corners at a higher speed. There it is, 65 miles per hour, not bad. And it's happily cruising along. See, softer tyres allows me to cruise around corners at faster speed. The car is completely stock, it just has a fully custom transmission in it. And I can switch this transmission out if I want to. I can even put the CH tyres back on. It only gained an extra 50 points because of the tyres and the transmission. The car is now 154 pp. Not bad with the Fiat. Not bad. There we are. The reason why you guys can hear my voice so well now is because I have my TV on mute. If I had my TV on, you'd be able to hear it through the controller. And by the way, ladies and gents, I committed to the most stupidest engine swap with one of these. I have 3 of these cars. One of them is a fully tuned version of this thing. And this thing is stock, it just has a replacement transmission and tyres that I can just go back to. Right? Oh, they're at 55 miles an hour, not bad. Well, with an exit speed. Is it this? Yes. Yeah. Yes. Start around it. Oh yeah, no problem. Easy with this little car. the United States, this thing is classified as a muscle car. As I was saying, I did one of the most ridiculous engine swaps with one of these. I put a Honda RCV engine in the back of this fucking thing. It was the funniest engine swap ever. My carer, right, he just cracked up laughing as soon as he saw it do wheelies. So here I am explaining to ChatGPT 5.2 Pro when it was 4.9, I think it was. Right? Here I am explaining to ChatGPT 4.9 Pro my Fiat 500F of 1968 is doing wheelies because it has a Honda RCV engine in the back of it. It suggested me putting 400 pounds of weight in the front. Sorry, no, 235 pounds of weight in the front. So I did, and it was nice and stable throughout. It's it's funniest engine swap ever, ladies and gents. Funniest engine swap ever. That's just me cracking open a can of Red Bull. Red Bull, despite the can being blue. Blue and silver. That's just pun intended, ladies and gentlemen. I just have to throw that in there. Sorry. All right. There's nothing like cruising this fucking thing on the Nürburgring in its stock form. And if you guys want to see me drive the Honda RCV swapped Fiat 500 or just my fully tuned version of this car on this here Nürburgring, just let me know. Sure. Let me know in the comments. Just FYI, the guys behind me are going to struggle going up this hill. They're going to be doing about 16 miles per hour while I'm going to be doing somewhere in the ballpark of 50. That's somewhere in the ballpark of 50 miles per hour. Actually, 50 miles an hour. I am dropping the speed right now. I'm going to be about 36 miles per hour before I get to the top of the hill. Actually, no, my gearing is too long. I'll be about 25 miles per hour before I get to the top of it. No, this is not the top of this hill. Further downshift. I just did 30 miles, 32 miles per hour with wheels in the grass. Alright, Marshall. Told you. 25 miles per hour. Just over 25 miles per hour. 30 miles per hour from the top of the hill. Easy. Nice and third gear, I'm cruising. Still cruising. Now I'm going to do this twice. By the way, there is another engine swap that I have done. I bought two Toyota Land Cruiser FJ40s for a reason, ladies and gentlemen. One of them is going to receive the Rampage engine swap, right? While the other one will remain my stock Toyota Land Cruiser, just 42. Oops. Nice and cruisy, this thing. Okay. Okay, that's the funnest part of the circuit, I remember. See, with a little bit of with some longer gears, ladies and gentlemen, you can actually do a lot faster in this thing. This is where this little car will shine in the straight. The longest straight in the entire game. 2 miles plus. Actually, no, that's incorrect. This is not the longest straight in the entire game. It's the longest straight on this track. A whole 2 miles long. The wind's pushing me a little bit. It's hitting my left side. 1.5 meters a second. That's a pretty strong wind. If anybody can translate that into foot per second, actually no, hang on. Yeah, hey. It's almost like 15 foot a second. Because I use imperial, obviously, for 1 minutes. My Kentucky windage, that's supposed to be. That's supposed to be in feet per second. on me. There we go. I'll reiterate again. My tyres are soft, they're CS's, so I can go around corners faster, because it's lap 1 out of 2. And here I am, on the straight for lap 2. Side of the track here. There's the side of the track, so I can scoot around the corner real quick. Beautiful. Beautiful. This is a great way to practice this track, ladies and gentlemen. If you're driving a slower car, you're pinpointing and training yourself how to drive the track in a much bigger vehicle at a faster speed around some corners. And you're determining how quick your exit speed is of every corner. This is a great way of doing it. Don't be afraid, just go out there and drive something slow, and just learn the track. One day you could even use the Dodge Tomahawk X around. You would have no problem. Go ahead, have some fun, ladies and gentlemen. Pick your poison. Do something. You know? Don't drive anything too quick. You can't learn the track by driving a fast car. You need to learn the track by driving slower. You don't need to, pick something, too fast to drive, or you can't learn the track. You just, drive all over the place and you spin out all the time. Am I right? What you need to do is you need to pick a car that is just right, just the right amount of speed, just the right amount of controllability. Determine how quick you can go. See, I'm going 70 miles per hour in this little car. That's not even maxed out yet. It's a big oopsie on my part. We're down the fuck cell again. Pretty sure I'm going to hit 80 miles an hour again. Two and a half before I hit the wheel. There's one car that I've always wanted to try and drive around here at a very fast rate of speed, ladies and gentlemen. It is the sucker car. And if Polyphony Digital, ever reintroduces this vehicle, the Chaparral 2D of 1967, I actually like that thing. In Gran Turismo 4, I was doing 350 miles per hour in that car. I shit you not, 5.7 mile per hour, 5.7 mile long test track, and that car was doing 351 miles an hour. Ultra high RPM turbo kit, ladies and gentlemen. That's all you need, along with nitrous. I used up the nitrous to a point where in the car was I used the nitrous kit, right, ladies and gentlemen. It was a 3-speed, fully custom transmission powered car, right? I used the nitrous button only to get the car up to speed. Basically, it was too slow in first gear. So I pressed the nitrous button and it started to keep going, start to build up speed quicker. Because these Chaparrals, they only have 3-speed manual transmissions, and they are very slow. The only car that was quick off the line was the sucker car. Because when you took off, it had so much torque, it actually got you moving very quickly, because that was a more powerful car. The 2D was incredibly slow off the line. It was ridiculous. So here I was, spraying nitrous just to get it off the line. And it was as quick as the 2J off the line, without any nitrous. So you have to give an old car from 1967 nitrous to catch up with a car from 1971. Except the car from 1971 was slower than the car from 1967. So how does that work? All right, here we go. Let's continue. I think this car was produced only in a 4-speed manual. There were no automatic versions of this car. There we go. Okay, we're back. Whoops. Oh boy. There we go. I think I'll lose as much momentum now. Perfect exit. So I'm having way too much fun lately though. I just like driving slow cars around a big track. It's so leisurely. So cruisy. It's so neat. Alright. So what have I driven around here so far? Idiot drives a Bugatti Chiron, 1831 horsepower around the Nürburgring. How fast can a Volkswagen Superbus lap the Nürburgring? I've driven this thing around the Nürburgring. I need to include a few brand names in my tags. I'm using a Logitech driving force P27 with a G29 driving force wheel. Yeah, G29, 27 is the next one. The Xbox. Alright. The Xbox version of this is the G95. So yeah, I'm using a G29. Driving force G29. We're almost done with this recording as well. You know what's crazy, ladies and gentlemen? The tyres have only just gotten up the temperature now. This car is so lightweight. Across the line at 50 miles an hour. Alright. We're at 31.4 miles. Not bad. That, my dear ladies and gentlemen, was a lap in the Nordszleife in a stock Fiat 500F with a fully custom racing transmission. If you guys enjoyed, then please leave a like and a sub. And to end the video off, I'm going to give you guys a shout. I'm going to give a shout out to this video sponsor, Dubby. If you guys want to check out what they have to offer, please check the link in the description below. If you guys want to use any one of my referrals, that would be awesome. When you shop at W's checkout, when you shop at W's store, use code TheRoyalAU at checkout. You'll score yourself a discount and also give me some kickback. You'll help the channel out massively if you do any of this. With that being said, thank you very much for watching again. I've been the Royal Australian. Peace out.